remember, a few weeks ago, our friend Jill Martin disconnected from technology and social media. She gave up her cell phone, locked it in a safe during a vacation. Turns out she twisted her ankle and yada, yada, yada. The plan didn't last long.
Okay, but you tried the best. So then on Wednesday, I told Hoda that I deleted my Twitter and Instagram from my phone. Actually, what I said is I'm going to, and she said, get to it, because I spent too much time on it. Hoda decided to do the same thing, and she got rid of her Twitter and Instagram live on the air.
Okay, so that led us to a little social experiment in our office to see just how addicted we all are to our own electronic devices. So check out our Don Adorable.
You can't live at least a week without.
My phone, right here. Okay. One's ringing.
Are you going to pick it up?
No.
Okay, so you were talking about you can't.
Hang on, it's work. Hello. Hi. Has anyone said, oh, I have to turn my phone off?
Oh. Are you going to answer that?
Nope.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Oh, it looks like your phone's ringing.
Oh.
It's okay.
You're not going to touch it? You're not going to decline?
Not with you here. I'm in the subway all the time. Should I answer this?
Yeah, if you want to.
I mean, I feel bad. Hello?
Why are you so popular?
See? Can't live without it.
Ideally, I would get to check it, but I feel like I should. So I'd rather talk to you.
Do you have to take it or no?
No.
Oh, you're not taking it right now.
No.
You're not going to pick it up, right?
I would normally, but we're in the middle of something.
If like you looked away for a second, I probably would.
I'm looking away.
By the way, what a perfect experiment. That is so great. Jill is here along with psychologist Dale Atkins to see if we should embrace our technology or just say, techno.
No, it's such a conflict. You just see the conflict in people's faces because they want to be present, they want to be with the person, but gee, maybe that's more interesting over there. Maybe they must look at it, and then they're off their line, they're off their connection with the person.
You can tell. Jill, you decided you were gonna delete your apps and go tech free. How has it felt not having those things at your fingertips?
Well, I deleted Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook 3 months ago. I don't even have the icons on my phone. Never check it. And I have to say, I have so much more time to do other things, and I don't have any desire to check. The only thing is, and we talked about this in the break, people do say to me, "Oh, you didn't see that I and I didn't see." So it makes you engage more. I love it.
Dale, it does change because I find this even with, we were talking about this with our own families. We'll post something and we haven't even told them.
Yes.
Right?
And they'll know where we've been, so then it limits the conversation.
It changes the conversation and it changes the relationship because someone somewhere else knows about something that you've done and you haven't even shared it personally, and you also haven't shared it with people who maybe they feel left out. They say, well, how come you did that and you didn't tell me? You spoke about more time. I think it's also just more presence with yourself. Exactly. So you have a chance to notice things. If we're always like this, the whole world is out there. We're not listening. We're not looking. We're not just quiet within.
That we have been, we talked about this. We've been like, well, what do we do in cars? Yesterday, I was looking up instead of looking down, because typically in cars, I'm looking down, and I still am responding to emails, so there's some looking down. And I saw a friend on the street.
Wait, through the window of the car?
I saw a friend on the street driving.
And you were like,
oh my God,
look at you! Right,
it's noticing things. So so we have more time to look around. We talked about more time to read, more time. What kind of things are people spending more time on, Dale?
Well, they're spending more time, first of all, just reflecting and seeing what it is they want, because now you have 3 months without this, and you can order your life in a way it's not controlling you. You can control it. You can choose the kinds of ways you want to spend your time, with whom you spend your time, and people just spend hours and hours. And the time goes by.
4.7 hours?
By the way, the numbers, the stats are insane. I mean, I find myself looking at Andy Cohen's page because I like it. I'm like, oh, look, Andy's in St. Bart's. Oh, where is he? Oh, my gosh, he looks good. And all of a sudden,
and then 20 minutes is
what are you doing?
And then people say, I don't have the time. Well, wait a minute. You do, but you have to be more engaged, more involved in choosing how you want your life to be.
You know, one of the things that, and I don't think it affects us that much, or at least Hoda and I have talked about this, it doesn't really change our mood, but it can.
Oh, yes.
For some people, looking at something on social media changes the way they feel. Can you talk?
Of course, absolutely. First of all, most people don't post when they're not looking so great. They post when they're having a great time, when they're with their family, when they're in a beautiful place. And most of us are sitting there in our pajamas looking and say, oh, they have such a good life.
Yes, my
how
life
come,
is so
how come
permanent.
I'm not doing that? Or, and the holidays in particular, when people have a tendency to wonder about people who, number one, aren't there, where they aren't, they're thinking it's going to be so much better if I could only do that, rather than here I am, stay with that emotion and say, how can I change where I am if I need to?
Sure.
And I was saying on vacation, like you talked about that I couldn't go totally cold turkey because I was in a place in Indonesia that I had to be able to get around. But what I didn't do, it didn't come out for meals. There were no personal interaction to anyone. It was just when I needed it.
Yes.
And I have to say now, you can't because you have kids, but when I go out to dinner at night, since I've been back, it stays at home. And you itch for it, but I get home, there's 3 or 4 or 10 emails, then you respond.
But also,
you don't have to respond immediately.
That's a good point. As a mom, we do leave. Henry and I are both doing it. Our phones in our bedrooms when we're with kids, because it's too easy to look.
And the kids then get the message that they are more important than whatever's going on here. And the other thing is, as a mom, as a parent, as a person who has an older parent, you have to pay attention. But it doesn't mean that you then look at 5 other emails just because it's in your hand.
Exactly.
All right, so how long are we going to leave this Twitter and Insta off
Let's
our
do
phone?
it at least for January.
Okay. All right.
No?
All right.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.